Hello my dear students, welcome to SR ICSE English tutorial. You know this tutorial is for English syllabus for ICSE and ISE students. Today I will be explaining you line by line class 9 ICSE poem A Work of Artifice. Before I begin, let me tell you the meaning of this word artifice. Artifice means a trick, a cunning or a clever way to do something. So the poem begins with bonsai tree. The bonsai tree in attractive pot could have grown 80 feet tall on the side of a mountain till split by lightning. So here bonsai is actually a Japanese technique of growing a tree, that is gardening. Any big tree could be made into small and can be cultured or nurtured in a small pot and kept in the garden. The poet here has said, that is what the poet has said, that this bonsai technique is actually destroying the natural potential of the tree. The tree could have grown 80 feet tall naturally on a mountainside till it is destroyed by a lightning. Till the lightning, the tree is destroyed or harmed anyway. Now, this poem, first let me tell you, is a metaphor. Here, bonsai, here this word bonsai is a metaphor for woman. Actually, the poet wants to say the same point, that is, a woman, how the growth of a woman, a mental growth or a social growth of a woman is carved, is limited in the society. This line, next line, but a gardener carefully pruned it. Next line, but a gardener carefully pruned it, it is 9 inches high. Here, as I told you, the whole poem is metaphor. As the bonsai tree is a metaphor for woman, here the gardener is metaphor for society, that is patriarchal society, where men or the society is ruled by men. Here the gardener carefully pruned means cut short the tree, the big tree, and the big tree it. This word it here refers to the bonsai tree, and the bonsai tree is allowed only to grow 9 inches tall. So can you imagine this 80 feet tall, 80 feet tall tree, 80 feet tall tree is reduced. 80 feet tall tree is reduced to only 9 inches. Next line. Every day he whittles back the branches. The gardener croons. Every day as he whittles back the branches, the gardener croons. Here he refers to the gardener. Whittles means gradually cutting, slowly and slowly, but every day. Every day he maintains this pruning or trimming, which means whittles, the branches of the tree. The gardener croons, and while he is pruning the tree or cutting the tree, he sings. Croons means a soft song. So the casual attitude of the gardener. The gardener is actually not letting the tree naturally grow, but he does not feel guilty. That is why he calmly and softly goes on singing while carrying on his task of pruning the tree every day. Why? Because the next line says why he does not feel anything. It is your nature. It is your nature. It is the nature of a tree. That is to be small and cozy, domestic and weak, and how lucky the tree should consider itself lucky, little tree, to have a pot to grow. So this line, how lucky little tree to have a pot to grow. Now in these lines, it is from your nature to be small and cozy, domestic and weak, how lucky little tree to have a pot to grow in. This line gives us an idea what the gardener wants to be the tree. So it's the tree's nature is dependent on the gardener's wish. The gardener only says that the tree should be small and cozy. Small and cozy means where it can fit into the pot, and domestic so that he can control, and weak. Weak because the tree is not big and strong. And how lucky! The tree should consider itself lucky because it has got a decorative pot, it has got a very beautiful pot to grow. So, here the gardener treats the tree as his own property, as his own possession. The tree's growth will depend on the wish and whims of the gardener. The growth of the tree, that is 9 inches tall, it is actually the wish of the gardener to allow the tree to grow till that length. So, the tree has to grow only 9 inches tall, thereby carving the natural ability of the tree to grow. Then comes the line, with living creatures one must begin very early. With living creatures, one must begin very early to dwarf their growth. The living creature here refers to woman. With woman, one must begin very early. Very early means young age. So, here it refers to the oppression, to dominate the woman in the society. As I told you, the gardener here represents the society, patriarchal society. So, what patriarchal society wants woman? Wants woman to behave. Wants to behave or wants to be, how men wants woman to be. Here, as clearly stated in the last few lines of the poem, with living creatures, that is woman should, as the gardener prunes the tree, here woman should be from a very early age, that is from a very young age, to dwarf their growth. They also should not be allowed to grow tall like the bonsai tree. Now, here actually it is not the height of the woman referred to, it is the natural abilities. Women should not be more successful than men. So, they have to be carved, their freedom has to be carved, their wish, their abilities, their capabilities, their potential has to be carved. So, they remain under men. Men could control their wish, their thought, and they are not allowed to think out of the box. Women will think as society wants, and women will behave as society wants them to do. So, the bound feet here actually refers to a Chinese custom where the feet of little girls are tied up so that their legs become weak and they can't grow big. So their height, see Chinese girls or Chinese people, they are short in height. So this bound feet actually means women should not be allowed to go out of the house. Symbolically it means they should not be allowed to go out of the house, they should not be allowed to go anywhere, they should remain at home in the four walls, and they should carry on with their domestic work. They should take care of men, take care of their household, they should get married, they should do household work, they should give birth to children, they should raise their children good, means into a good human beings, they should take care of the family, and later on also their children, grandchildren. The crippled brain, here crippled brain means brainwashed. Their brain is also controlled by society. Society has taught them to think. Society has taught them how to behave. Their brain has been not allowed to develop. Develop means they are not allowed to think because they are not allowed to let go out of the house. Their education is also carved. They have restriction on education. They are not allowed to think. They are not allowed to get any idea from anywhere. So, this is how the society is carving their freedom not only to move, Not only there is a freedom out for their movement, there is no freedom of their movement, as well as there is no freedom of thought. They can't think, they can't speak. Why? Because society or men wants them to be their slave. Then the next line says, the last two lines you see, the hair in curlers, the hands you love to touch. These last three lines it says that hair in curlers, that is artificial beauty standards. What does it mean? It means that at the same time, woman has to be beautiful, woman has to maintain their beauty, because men, they will be able to impress men. Men should be impressed by their beauty. They are, so what idea you get? They are just puppets. They are just puppets in the hand of men. They should be what men want them to be. They should not be allowed to go out of the house. They should not be allowed to think. They should not have any individuality. They should not have any career. They should not be successful. They should not have financial independence. They should not, I mean to say, they should not be in any job or any profession. They should not rise higher in position than men. Men will dominate them, men will control them, men will give them financial support. They should get married and dependent on men for everything. So, woman's life will be surrounded, or woman's life will function as men want them to be. Society here actually is men. Society, as it is patriarchal society ruled by men. And the one important thing is, at the same time, men want them to be beautiful so that they can impress. The hands you love to touch, the hands should be kept very soft. Their hands should not be very rough. So they have to maintain their beauty so that men are attracted to them, men are impressed by them. So it is patriarchal society, a society ruled by them, so they have to also impress men. So this poem by Merch Piercy is a metaphorical poem, is a symbolical poem, where the bonsai tree is actually dominated woman by the society, and here gardener is the patriarchal society, or that is ruled by men, and the bonsai tree, the growth of the tree is carved. Here the freedom of the woman of a society is getting carved. So the entire poem is metaphorical, as I told you, as a natural potential of the tree bonsai and the natural potential of woman. Both are under control. One is under the control of the gardener, another is under the control of the society, that is patriarchal society. So this is all about the poem, and at the same time, this line especially, I think I have told you, to have a pot to grow in. This is very, very important line. Why? Because the bonsai should be thankful to the gardener. The bonsai should be thankful to the gardener that the gardener has kept it in a decorative and well maintained pot. Similarly, women should be happy that men are taking care of everything that a woman needs. So the woman should not have any grudge, woman should not complain, women should not think themselves, that they are being tortured or they are being humiliated. Women should not think in that level. They should be happy that they don't have to go out of the house and earn and take the pain of running the household with their money. They should be happy that men are there, to look after them, men are there to financially support them. They are not taking the burden of the whole household. So this line, the whole bonsai, in the whole poem, bonsai tree actually represents woman, the gardener represents the society, patriarchal society, and the pot represents the four walls of the house. I hope the explanation is clear, the poem is clear to you. If you have any question, any doubt regarding any line, any word or any other question, please put it in the comment box, and I will be very happy if you find this video helpful and useful. Please share it with your friend, and if you think this video is good, please like and subscribe. Thank you. Meet you in the next video.